Imagine a civilization so vast it outnumbers humanity by 1.5 million times. Not bacteria, not some microscopic life form, but a complex society with hierarchies, professions, agriculture, and even animal husbandry. They teach their young, care for their elderly, and bury their dead. They've outlived every species on their planet for the last 100 million years. Yet a single infection can turn them into real-life zombies. This isn't science fiction, it's the astonishing world of ants. Join us as we uncover how many ants roam the earth, how much they weigh, how their society mirrors ours, and the shocking secrets of their survival. The scale of ants. Ants are everywhere, scurrying across your backyard, climbing trees, or marching in perfect lines. But have you ever stopped to wonder just how many ants there are? The numbers are staggering, beyond what most of us can fathom. Scientists estimate there are approximately 10 quadrillion ants on Earth. That's 10,000 trillion, or a 1 followed by 16 zeros. To put it in perspective, for every human on the planet, there are about 1.4 million ants. This immense population belongs to 14,218 known ant species, with an additional 1,758 subspecies, and likely many more yet to be discovered. This colossal ant population forms a biomass that's equally jaw-dropping. Together, all the ants on Earth weigh tens of billions of kilograms. To give you an idea, this weight surpassed the total biomass of humanity as far back as 2,000 years ago. Ants aren't just numerous, they're a dominant force, thriving on every continent except Antarctica. From deserts to rainforests, their adaptability is unmatched. Origins and evolution. Ants have been around for an astonishing 110 to 130 million years, likely originating on the ancient supercontinent of Laurasia. Their closest relatives? Wasps. Scientists believe ants evolved from ancient wasp ancestors, though the exact species remains a mystery. Unlike termites, which are often mistaken for ants but are more closely related to cockroaches, ants belong to the Hymenoptera order, a group that includes bees and wasps. The name Hymenoptera hints at their winged origins. Ptera means wing in Latin. Ants come in a wide range of sizes. The smallest species measure just 2 millimeters, while the largest, like the fossilized Formicum genus, had females reaching 7 centimeters long with wingspans up to 15 centimeters. Even today, some ant species grow to several centimeters, showcasing their incredible diversity. Wings and reproduction. Speaking of wings, not all ants are wingless workers. In most ant colonies, only the reproductive females, queens and males have wings, used exclusively during a dramatic event called the nuptial flight. This is when winged males and females take to the skies to mate and establish new colonies. It's a fleeting, romantic moment in the ant world, but one filled with high stakes. During the nuptial flight, females climb high on plants to launch into the air, while males, more agile, take off from the ground. Mating happens mid-flight, a brief and intense encounter. Once it's over, the male's role ends tragically. He dies soon after. The female, now a queen, lands, bites off her wings, and begins her lifelong mission to found a new colony. She'll never fly again, but the genetic material from that single mating allows her to lay fertilized eggs for up to 20 years, depending on the species. Worker ants, though technically female, have underdeveloped reproductive systems, rendering them asexual and unable to reproduce. However, some ant species break the mold. In certain colonies, workers can mate and produce offspring. At the other extreme, species like Mycosapurus smithii in the Amazon basin reproduce through parthenogenesis. Cloning. In these colonies, all individuals are female, exact genetic copies of the queen. Scientists discovered this by accident when they couldn't find any males in the nests. DNA analysis confirmed that every ant was a clone, with the queen's reproductive organs atrophied from disuse. While this method ensures rapid reproduction, it lacks genetic diversity, making these colonies vulnerable to diseases and environmental changes. Social structure, a mirror to humanity. Ant societies are eerily similar to human civilizations. Each colony operates like a well-oiled machine, with a strict hierarchy and specialized roles. At the heart of the colony is the queen, the founder and egg layer, surrounded by a retinue of 10 to 12 young worker ants. These trainees feed and groom her, caring for her eggs and larvae as a part of their social training. As ants mature, their roles evolve. Older workers venture to the colony's edges, foraging for food or patrolling the territory. Foragers bring food back to the nest, where it's distributed by managers who decide how resources are allocated. The queen also secretes a special pheromone, a chemical signal carrying information about her health. Her retinue spreads this pheromone throughout the colony, creating a chemical, social network that keeps every ant connected and informed. Learning and memory. Ants aren't just organized, they're smart. Unlike most insects, ants can learn from others' experiences, not just their own mistakes. Experienced foragers teach younger ants how to hunt, sting, and kill prey, passing down skills through demonstration. Their memory is equally impressive. Foragers can navigate complex terrains, memorizing paths through mazes and recalling them for up to 4 days, even during bad weather. They also have a keen sense of time, learning to arrive at feeding sites precisely when food is available and returning for days even after the food source disappears. Communication, the power of pheromones. How do millions of ants coordinate without a spoken language? The answer lies in their sophisticated communication systems. Ants don't have ears but detect vibrations through sensors in their knees and legs. Some species produce sounds through stridulation, a chirping noise made by rubbing their stomach and jaw segments. These sounds can signal colony members or even communicate with other species. The real backbone of ant communication, however, is pheromones, chemical signals that convey everything from food locations to alarm signals. When a forager finds food, it leaves a pheromone trail back to the colony. Other ants follow and reinforce this trail, creating efficient paths to resources. If the food runs out, the trail fades, signaling a shift in focus. Pheromones also serve as alarm signals, driving ants into a frenzy when a threat is detected, or even as deceptive weapons to confuse enemy colonies. Ants exchange pheromones by sharing food, allowing them to identify task groups within the colony. In multi-queen colonies, pheromones signal shifts in dominance, ensuring a smooth transition when a new queen takes over. This combination of chemical, tactile, and auditory communication makes ant societies incredibly efficient. Agriculture, ants as farmers. Ants don't just hunt or scavenge, they farm. Over millions of years, they've developed agricultural systems that rival human ingenuity. Some 80 ant species practice lower agriculture, cultivating simple crops. 34 species grow coral mushrooms, while 18 breed yeast. Most impressively, 63 species have mastered higher agriculture, cultivating entire mushroom gardens. Leafcutter ants are the poster children for ant agriculture. They create vast mushroom plantations, using finely chopped leaves as fertilizer. Each ant has a specialized role based on its size. Larger workers cut stems, smaller ones chop leaves, and the tiniest tend the gardens. protecting them from harmful bacteria. These ants even carry beneficial bacteria on their bodies that produce antibiotics to safeguard their crops. If a leaf type is toxic to the fungi, the colony learns to avoid it, guided by the mushroom's chemical signals. Animal husbandry, ants as shepherds. Ants don't stop at farming, they've mastered animal husbandry too. Instead of cattle, they herd aphids, tiny insects that secrete a sugary substance called honeydew. Ants protect aphids from predators, grazing them on nearby plants and milking them by tickling their abdomens to release nectar. This relationship is mutualistic. Aphids benefit from the ants' protection, surviving longer than they would alone. When colonies migrate, ants often take their aphid herds with them, mirroring human pastoral practices. The dark side, the death circle. For all their brilliance, ants aren't flawless. One chilling phenomenon, known as the death circle, reveals a fatal flaw in their system. When a group of ants accidentally follows its own pheromone trail in a loop, they become trapped in a self-reinforcing cycle. More ants join, mistaking the trail for a purposeful march, and the group spirals endlessly until they die of exhaustion. In 1921, explorer William Beebe witnessed a massive death circle in Guyana, spanning 365 meters and lasting 2 days. These tragic spirals can occur anywhere multiple ant trails converge, a grim reminder of the limits of their otherwise flawless instincts. Zombie apocalypse, the cordyceps nightmare. If death circles are eerie, the cordyceps fungus is the stuff of nightmares. This parasitic fungus infects ants, hijacking their behavior through their sense of smell, their primary communication channel. Infected ants wander away from the colony, controlled by the fungus, which drives them to a damp, shaded spot. There, the ant bites onto a leaf or branch, its jaws locked by the fungus. Over 10 agonizing days, the fungus grows inside the ant, eventually piercing its head to release new spores. A 2021 study revealed that the fungus doesn't invade the brain, but weaves through the ant's muscle fibers, turning it into a living puppet. This real-life zombie scenario underscores the vulnerability even of a species as resilient as ants. Ants are a testament to the power of collective intelligence. Their vast numbers, intricate societies, and remarkable achievements in agriculture and animal husbandry make them one of Earth's most successful species. They've outlived dinosaurs, mastered complex communication, and built civilizations that rival our own in organization. Yet their weaknesses, death circles, and parasitic infections remind us that no system is perfect. As we marvel at their ingenuity, one question lingers. What evolutionary leaps might ants take in the next 100 million years? Their story is far from over, and the future of this tiny but mighty civilization is anyone's guess.